Hi guys, welcome back to Love Budgeting Co. and I am Marie. Thank you so much for being a part of my community. Thank you so much for joining me, sticking with me, as well as watching my videos, guys. Today we're going to be working on our back to school savings challenge. If you're new to the channel, welcome. I do budget related, I do filming of my own budgeting journey, and within this I film savings challenges that I make, as well as savings challenge that I work on. I do cash stuffings, and I also I started back up because I used to be doing my financial breakdown, but now I just started writing my goals down, my monthly goals down on a sheet of paper, because I've never found again an actual budget book that I enjoy and that I connect with. I haven't purchased a notebook. Normally I would purchase a notebook, and if you're a long time follower, you know I purchase a notebook and I'll just decorate it and do all my budgeting essentials in there and all my budgeting jot downs and whatever. But I have not gotten around to looking for a notebook and finding something that I'll enjoy to use. If you don't enjoy what you use to budget, then you will just fall off the wagon, right? You're not going to be motivated to budget. So make sure that whatever you use, whether it's printouts or budget books, that you actually enjoy doing your budget in it. Now, when you have a budget book, you don't necessarily have to how can I say? I have used budget books in the past where some pages I don't use because I just don't feel connected with, and I just don't feel that it helps me. So I'll just use the ones that I need, right? That way you don't fall off. But eventually, if you want to use them all, then go ahead, knock your socks off. But sometimes it's just like a lot to fill out, and you find yourself like hours just sitting there filling out and filling out and filling out. By the end of it, you don't even know what you started with and what you're supposed to be doing. Anyways, that's why I bought a notebook, and I'll just jot down stuff in the notebook, and easy peasy. Like, you can find a notebook like this, guys, and just write your stuff down there. As long as you're like writing it down and getting it done. So, if you're new here, I don't have a job, but I do have a shop. So the shop is, let me see if this will focus. There we go. Love Budgeting Co, guys. You can find it on Instagram. I don't have a website open just yet. So you can find that on Instagram, and you can find savings challenges like this, and you'll just look through the pictures, let me know which one you like, and inbox me. I'll give you the information, and you can pay through KOFI, and just give me your information through KOFI so I can be able to mail it out. So that's what I'm doing till now. And if you guys want printouts, if you want printables, right, that you would rather print out at home, you can go to KOFI, and I do have my printables there that you can print out and just handle that at home. Go to your local library, go somewhere and get those printed out if you don't have a printer. But you can buy printables there, savings challenge printables there. Let's see what happens now, because I did buy I didn't have a computer, but now I bought a little Chromebook thing. So let's see how that works out. This week we are doing our hashtag LB tuned in, guys. You know, this is I do have posts about this on my channel, so if you guys are going to go there and search up the last post that I did, or that I have at that particular moment, right, whenever you find this video, and you can tell me there if you would like me to add you to the list. This is just essentially, I subscribe to your channel if I'm not subscribed. I also watch 3 full videos. I leave a comment, as well as I leave a like. This is just hoping that it will help your channel in any way, right? Right now I can't purchase from anyone's shop because my financial situation is a little bit tight. You know, with not having a job and just depending on whatever I sell in the shop, whether it be printables or physical items, well, it's a little slow right now. So the way that I like to show support to others, right, it's just like watching and being able to help you grow in that sort of type of way. Now this week I did but if you know, you know, I just had a lot of activities with my son, like those last final day activities, guys, and it's just been a lot. It's just been like from purchasing clothes for myself to purchasing a little gift for my son to just doing so much. And that was like, you know, straight out of Mother's Day celebrating into this whole graduation thing, or it's called Accomplishment Day. So just doing all of that. And his Accomplishment Day was actually at a little community center where they had all types of things. They had a clown, they had music, they had food, they had all types of things. So, you know, it was just a full day type of situation. And this week I've managed to, even with all that, I managed to do 4 channels. Easy breezy. I haven't highlighted hers because I started watching. I have to see if I already saw 2 videos or maybe just 1, but I have to check. So what I do here is, if your videos are like smaller than an hour or smaller than 30 minutes, let's say, if you have, by the way, it's pouring rain here, guys. It's literally pouring. It's been pouring since yesterday, so if you hear the rain in the background, let's just say it's ASMR video. So what I do is, if it's 10 to 15 minute videos, then I'll watch 4 to 5, you know, just to help out in that sense. But if it's like hour-long videos or more than an hour, like 40 minutes, then I'll watch 3 and just hit the thumbs up and make sure that I'm always watching the full video, as well as leaving a comment, even if it's a small comment, because sometimes I'm listening while I'm doing things, but I'm still giving you the view and still giving you the time. So right now we're here in Easy Breezy Budgets, but I'm hoping to complete that. By the way, I want to thank Boops and Budgets. If you guys have not gone to Boops and Budgets to Irene's channel, guys, head over and watch Irene. She is such a sweetheart. Thank you so much, Irene, for purchasing a printable from my KOFI shop. You are so awesome and amazing. It really did help. It came right in there, in handy. Like, I'll say God has touched her heart to bless me when I needed that that sale, right? So thank you so much, Irene. I have in the KOFI printable, automatically when I upload, at least I think it's automatic, because I don't remember doing that, and I haven't done it for any of my other ones. So when I put the price, let's say I'm gonna sell this, right? Let's say I'm gonna sell this, and I'm gonna put it there like in $1.50 as a printable, and it puts like the plus, like $1.50 plus. So you can pay the $1.50, or in a form of donation, you can put $10, $15. So, and it'll still give you the printable, but you'll do like the donation, right? So at first I was thinking about taking it off, but then with this last purchase, I said, well, maybe I should leave it on, because that way you're not just making a donation without receiving anything. So that way I can put it on all the printables, just in case you just want to make like a donation on KOFI. You can get a printable. You know, you can go on any other printables and just put your donation there, so you'll get the printable for the donation. And it makes me feel better, because you're actually getting something for your donation, and it's not just donating and not receiving anything, if that makes sense. But I want to try to do that, but I have to wait till the Chromebook that I ordered comes in. I'll speak about that in a minute. So these are the ones that we have this week. We have Blessed Budgets by Abigail. We have What the Duck Savings with Dita. We have Boops and Budgets. By the way, Boops and Budgets also has a shop. She has beautiful savings challenges, so if you guys want to check her out. Donna Joe. We have Easy Breezy Budgets. We have the Travel and Saving Chief. We have Country Charm Budgets, and we have Mindy's Budgeting. So those are the ones that we're watching this week. Hopefully I will be able to finish them all today, so that I can put up our new list today. Today's Saturday. For some odd reason, from Thursday, during this whole Mother's Day week, I went way off the program. So now, instead of Thursdays, I'm putting them up on Saturdays. I hope you guys don't mind. But maybe Saturdays is better instead of Thursday, I'm thinking. We're just going to put it up on Saturdays, because last Saturday I put one up, and now this Saturday I'm going to have to put the new one up. So like I said, if you guys want to be part of this, go to the post, the LB code tuned in, my community post, and leave your channel on the newest post. That way I'm able to add you to the list. So that's what we have this week with that. And then I also want to do the financials, but yesterday I was reading my Bible, and I found myself across a post that I really, or let's say a small proverb that I really loved. So it's in Proverbs 11:25. It says, guys, I have it highlighted here. Let me show you guys. I do have it highlighted. So it says, the generous will prosper. Those who refresh others will themselves be refreshed. I just found that so connecting during this week, right? Because I was kind of stressing over how I was going to get to my son's activity, and all of a sudden, Whoops and Budgets makes a purchase. And it just brought all that back, when people like that bless me at that particular moment, I just pray so much for them. I just pray so much for them because I know that God touched their heart at that particular moment. So thank you so much, and I wanted you guys to have that in mind, right? If you want to write it in a little corner or anything, I have mine highlighted and open on top of my desk, just to remind myself, that when I am blessed, also bless others. That's why I do my list. I can't bless anyone financially, but I can, help them out by watching and all of that, because, he who is generous will prosper, and that's what we are doing here. We're trying to help others to continue to be blessed, as well as be a blessing to others. So I wanted to share that little proverb with you guys. So this is this month's financial to-dos. It did not cost $145. Okay, it cost way less. The Chromebook costs way less. By the way, it still hasn't gotten here. The last update that it did was during the middle of the week, and it has not updated anymore. I hope it really is coming, guys, but it's still not here. But once it gets here, I'll let you guys know. So we did accomplish to get a little Chromebook. I don't know if it's gonna let me download a program to be able to edit videos, because it takes up a lot. So yeah, I'll see what happens with that. And then my son's graduation gift we did get, and it did come out in $15, maybe $1 less, but it did come out in $15. And then so we stayed in budget there. And then I did manage to repay my son what I owed him, so we got that done. That was in full, because I took money to be able to fix the car AC, so we did that in full. And then the printer ink is the only thing that we're missing. This printer ink has been haunting me since last year, 2 years ago. This thing be haunting me, y'all. I don't know. Maybe I need to switch from that HP printer, because it's really haunting me. Every time I put it on my list, I'm never able to get the freaking ink. I don't know what's wrong with it. And then the Mother's Day gift, I did the Mother's Day gift, and I stayed in budget, thankfully. And then the shoes for graduation. I did get the shoes, and I also got a dress. Now the dress was not, as you can see, in budget, but me thinking that it was a children's activity, and the dress that I had there was kind of on the shorter side. I was thinking, maybe when I sit down, or their kids are kind of short, and whatnot. You know, what if there's a kid on the floor and it's just, my dress is a little too short for it. So I just thought, man, that maybe I should look for something a little bit better, right? So I put myself a budget of $20 for shoes and a dress. Me being, you know, optimistic here. Being positive, trying to, you know, convince myself that we still back in the day and I could find some good sales. I did find good sales, it's just I was out of budget. So I went in and I found a beautiful dress after I spent like 3 hours in the store trying on dresses and just did not like them. I just don't like those floral patterns of dresses. Like if it's like that, if it's a floral pattern, it has to have more of the solid color versus the flowers on it, if that makes sense. You know, it's just, I need the solid color to stick out more than the flowers, if that makes sense. So I picked out one particular one. I said, fine, this is all they have on there. They had a whole lot of clearance. If you guys are needing like dresses in Burlington, they had a whole lot of clearance dresses, like a whole lot. And so I tried them all, and the problem is I'm in between sizes. I'm not a large because it's kind of a little tight, but I'm not a extra large because it's really loose. I'm like, can we get an in-between size? Can we get in between size, right? And I just tried on so many dresses, and at this point I was just looking through the store. I said, let me check a regular price, because sometimes regular price have dresses that are the same as like an on sale type of dress. So I kept searching and searching and searching before I was leaving, because I had gone halfway towards the register, but then I said, let me turn back. Something told me turn back, and I said, let me listen to my gut feeling and turn back. So I searched and searched and searched, and I found the most beautiful solid beige dress with a little belt in the middle for $12 versus the one on sale that I was going to get for 14 something. And I said, wait a minute, it was $12.69 to be exact. I said, wait a minute, this is gorgeous. So I went, tried it on. It was gorgeous. It was below the knee. I said, this is perfect. It wasn't see-through, because you know, with lighter color dresses, you got to be careful, because sometimes they could be see-through, and for a children's activity, you got to be careful with all that. So I found the most gorgeous dress for $12.69. Now with tax and everything, you know, it goes up to $15 and some change. That's we already out of budget, right? Because we're supposed to be spending only $20. So I left there, couldn't find any shoes, searched high and low for some shoes, couldn't find any shoes, came back home because I had to pick up my son. The next day I went out, and my son actually helped me pick out the most beautiful shoes. They were so comfortable, and they were on sale for $15 with tax. On top, it was 17 something. So we were a little bit out of budget with this, but we were able to do everything on the list. So the only thing that we're missing is printer ink, and the month goes out this week. So I guess we'll have to put this on June to do. June to do, we'll have to do this, and hopefully our Chromebook will come back in. Will come in this week. I'm hoping, man, because if not, we're gonna have to ask for a refund or something. So it's nice when you like write things down on a list like this, man. You can even get a notebook, because when you highlight it, like your serotonin is through the roof, like when you're able to accomplish things, right? So this week we have our $20 to stack into our back to school. Here we go. Like, what did I do with our... So you guys know that this has 12 trackers. 12 trackers with the dashboard. Let me see if I'm right with 12 trackers. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 trackers with our dashboard is 12. But we have 11 trackers per se. So we have to put this 20. But the way I'm going to do this is I need to, because I had to use the change in here. So now I have to, it's going to look like a mess, y'all, but we're going to get this done. So we have to go into, I'm going to go into, which one is it? See, like this one we owe $1. We owe here for clothing $5. This one has the $1. Okay, here in shoes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this 10 out of shoes. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Perfect. Because we'll have change. And then, what do I do with this shoe? Look at this. And we're going to put the 20 in here, making it 10. Sir. Erase. This is an erasable, little erasable dry erase marker, but you can also do, if you do the permanent, just take it off with alcohol, because these are laminated. So we'll do 20 here. That way we're moving on up in the shoes, because his shoes be expensive and they're hard to find, because he has like a W foot. Good lord, they so hard to find. But we need to like move it on up here, because we have to move it on up here because we have 2 months left to save up for that. And then let's put backpack here. And okay, this is for backpack. See, this is, wait, I have a dollar here for backpack. What did we do? Did we take this? Who did we take this from? That dollar was from the Apple, the picking apple. Okay, now we have to give our clothing. Should I just, we don't have another small one, so I'm gonna just put the 10 towards clothing, so that way we're finished here with that. And we'll just put the 10 in clothing. Let's just put that 10 in clothing there. Put it all over my fingers, but where it belongs. And I'm gonna leave this out when I finish filming, because I want to tabulate how much you save per tracker, so that I can have those details for you guys. Unfortunately, this week we are not able to save, like, we're still missing what, $1 here? Okay, but at least it's only $1. So we're still missing $1 there. And okay, we're still missing $1 there, and I have to do the customs and custom. Look, I wrote here total save to see how much you save, but I'm gonna do it per tracker, so that way you guys know how much you save. And then here I'll put the total in the back, just so you guys can know what you save completely using this back to school, because we want to get that check, and we have to do that ASAP. So thank you so much guys for watching. If you guys want to purchase anything, you can go to my Instagram on LoveBitchingCo. You can also, and let me know there if you see any of the challenges you would like. Just let me know, and I will give you the pricing through Instagram, and you guys can pay through KOFI and get that done. And you can also go to KOFI, because I do have printables on there, so just make sure you go check that out. Thank you so much guys for always being such a blessing on my channel, whether you just watch, share my content, share my posts, whether you go to KOFI and donate or buy a printable. Thank you so much guys. You guys are awesome and amazing. Thank you for always being so positive and giving me the most wonderful messages in the message section. Guys, I will catch you in our next video.